Welcome back, listeners. Welcome to the Hero Whispers. Today we have an amazing woman on the show from Curbelo Creations, Miss Samantha Curbelo, and she is the founder and CEO of this amazing business. But before we get to meet her, I just want to welcome you all. Thank you for being here. And a 411, in case you're new to the show, this is all about girl power, all about inspiring our young women to launch from college to life. And I am your host, Jeannie Marie. I am the chief Supergirl and founder of supergirls.com. That's 2 L's, the second L for love. And that's what we do. We inspire. We're in the business of inspiration. So we get to talk to the coolest women on the planet on this podcast and inspire. And we get to talk to women in college and then women like Samantha who have gone out there and just crushed it and can inspire all of us. So that being said, I just want to do one more little plug because we are doing a challenge at the end of July. It is called the Digital Chi Challenge. It's all about standing out online. How do you stand out online? Everyone's got this problem of differentiating themselves. So we're going to deal with it. It's a 3-day challenge. Go to the website to find out more. Supergirls.com, second L for love, because we love you. Okay, now, without further delay, let us meet Samantha. Welcome to the show.
Thank you so much. I'm so excited to chat with you for the next little bit. Talk about all the fun things that I've been working on and share with all the young girls what exactly is possible.
I mean, you just made the dream happen, right? I mean, I'm just going to read her bio because it's pretty cute. Sam is a wife to her high school sweetheart who also happens to be a New York City firefighter. Woo-hoo! A mama to a 2.5-year-old little lady, Makayla Skye, and 3 fur babies. She resides in New York and has lived there her whole life. She grew up in Queens and moved to Rockland County 20 years ago. When she's not chasing around her gang, she can be found organizing, crafting, or traveling to any and everywhere. She attended the Fashion Institute of Technology in New York City for college and majored in fashion merchandising. Once she graduated, she landed a job at Dress Barn and spent 13 years there. She spent time working in both the apparel and jewelry market, learning about product life cycles, marketing, and how to merchandise a store. Not in her wildest dreams did she ever think they would close. But once they did, she took time to turn the page and focus on her next chapter. The next chapter would be her first true passion, crafting. Her passion met her background, and she launched her company, Curbelo Creations. Curbelo Creations' mission is to help the world become a more unique place, one item at a time. It is a one-stop shop for personalized items that can't be found in a big box retailer, like shirts, home decor, and masks. She can create them all. Paper, vinyl, wooden paint, she does not have a favorite. She teaches herself by watching videos or diving headfirst and doing hands-on projects. Nothing makes her happier than taking someone's vision and creating it into a tangible item. She loves being able to personalize an item that makes someone feel special or brings a smile to their face. For every person who sees just a t-shirt, she can recall someone whose only memory is their family wearing matching t-shirts to celebrate a birthday and sees their face light up every time they talk about it. You know that saying, people will forget what you said, but they will always remember how you made them feel. I love that, and that is what you are doing, and that is so cool, Samantha.
Thank you. It's been so fun. It's been the most amazing ride in the shortest amount of time, and literally I look back on the past 4 months, and it's just, I blinked, and I'm like, how did I, get here? And I'm just so thankful that, the ride happened.
I mean, okay, so it totally sounds like a Hallmark movie. I mean, I really feel like we should be pitching this to the Hallmark Channel because it is so in their wheelhouse. But let's talk about how you said, like, how you turn the page, because 13 years is a really long time to be with a company. You had obviously had a lot of success there and grew as an individual, as a human, as a professional. And then I know that feeling because I've been bounced out of companies for different reasons. And it's just like, oh my God, like it rocks your core, you know?
It really does. And it's really crazy out there. And the one thing, that you keep hearing loud and clear every time you turn on, the news or anything is that you have to keep adapting and changing. And the world out there is not the same world that it was, even 3 months ago. So you got to keep, looking for new innovative ways to market yourself, market your company, and figuring out, where we're going to end up on the other side of this pandemic and what your customers are going to need. And that's kind of where, I took this page and I'm like, what are my customers going to need after this pandemic? And how can I, reinvent myself? How do I take a birthday now during COVID when it's like, all right, well, what are the customers going to do? They're all stuck inside. So how can I make that a really, fun and special thing for them? And how do I differentiate myself from everybody else out there? So that's where we've been kind of working on, really special events to kind of hype people up and collaborating with other women, just trying to make people feel special in such a time where everything feels so uncertain.
It's so true about the birthday, right? I mean, you used to be able to have a party. Now it's like you can have a cake, maybe,
Right. Have, 3 people by you that you've, been around for 2 weeks and maybe a virtual song. And that's, really it. And I feel like it's kind of going back to where it was a little bit. So I don't know. It's going to be crazy how it all shakes out. But so far, all of our birthday decor has been really well received. So excited for that.
Yeah. How did you start the birthday category? What was the first thing that you did? And then how did you grow that?
A lot of it has come from personal requests. Someone will say, oh, I want to do a group of family shirts or something. And they'll give me some kind of, base mark, and I'll just kind of run with that. And we'll bounce each other, ideas off each other. And I love holding hands with people saying, okay, what do you think about this? Or how do you think about that? And making them feel part of the creative process. And then when it turns out, it's like nothing that they'd ever imagined. And it's something so simple, but here they are, like remembering that that's what happened, during the quarantine birthday. And it's a memory that they'll have with them forever. So we've done shirts, we've done, banners, all this really fun favors, just, family favors, nothing too crazy that they're handing out or anything, but stuff that's remarkable and memorable for them.
What was the first part? Going back to the very beginning, like how did you actually come up with the idea? I mean, obviously you were a crafter, but were you crafting and selling before you ended up out of the corporate world?
I always kind of started doing it, highlighting, just some things that I loved, just like my friends and family on the side. Obviously working a 40-hour-plus week and having a family, there wasn't like a ton of time to do it. So I'd kind of do it late when everybody was sleeping, and just trying to do a little dabbling here and there. And then once I got all this extra time in my life, I'm like, where am I going to take all this time? And I've kind of been able to almost, show, make a line. And part of what I really want to do is be able to show people like, okay, it's not just, one-stop shop. Like there's so many different items that now I have the time to start creating porch decor, wooden signs, items to decorate your house. So we'll see. We'll see where we end up.
It's amazing. I mean, there is so much you can do. Is it just you right now doing the business?
It's just me, which is really great and really hard at the same time. Obviously, being a solo entrepreneur, there's a ton of things, I don't know. There's plenty of nights where I'm researching, lots of social media marketing, things that I've never had to, really learn about and learn how to grow my business in an ever-changing market. I know how to craft really well, but do I know every, SEO trick for Instagram and Facebook? Absolutely not. So really trying to diversify and find experts in those fields to kind of educate me and help me with my research. That's kind of the wonderful thing about this wonderful girl community, is that there's so many different women who actually want you to succeed and want to help you. and, coming to them with any questions. They're in different aspects of their business. And it's like, well, how did you do XYZ on your business? And they're like, oh, well, let me help you. No one ever told me this. I'd love, to share that information with you now.
That's such a great outcome. So you're talking about the boss business community, right, with Lauren?
Yeah, for sure. It's not always easy finding, your girl tribe, but once you do find them, man, they've got your back, and they kind of make you feel that nothing is impossible, and the world is really your oyster with them. So definitely find your girl tribe and keep them around, because you give what you get with these ladies. And if you're willing to kind of give your all, the results you'll get from them are endless.
Yeah, I have a saying that I love, which is find your tribe, love them hard. I mean, for me, it went back to college and my sorority, and I really these girls were like my sisters, and they really got me through college. I mean, I never would have gotten through without them. So, and try to emulate that in life. It is harder once you have a family and you kind of secede from the union, if you will. It's harder like you said, to find them again. And especially, it's almost finding like-minded people that are willing to give and share, because it takes a village, especially when you have kids and you're trying to do it all by yourself. Yeah. Let's talk about her for a moment. She is adorable. Oh my, I just saw this photo shoot that actually Lauren, who is the one that started this boss group that Samantha's talking about, and she's a photographer, a great, amazing photographer, and she took these adorable pictures of the little princess, and amazing. How does she inspire you with your business? I can't imagine that she's around watching you and helping you.
She's definitely going on 12. She's the reason why I do everything, but she's definitely a big part of it. A big item that I've been working on lately are do-it-yourself coloring masks, and she kind of started that. I'm wondering, how in the world am I going to get my 2-year-old to wear a mask now? And we were coloring one day, and she was like, so excited to show her dad when he came home. And I was like, oh my God, if I could get her to be that excited about coloring in a mask, she'll want to show it to everybody. So that's kind of where the idea drummed up. And now she's, in my studio with me, picking out patterns, picking out pictures. I'm like, well, do you like this mermaid or that one? And whatever she kind of gravitates towards, that's, the patterns that I go with. And so far it's been really good and really fun. It's been a great project for us to do together, and something that, has helped her in the long run, want to wear a mask and want to do creative projects with me, because she sees me doing it. She's like, well, I want to be like mommy. So we've been having a lot of fun lately.
Yeah, and I'm sure there's tons of moms out there with the same challenge, getting them to wear a mask. It's a perfect, any business is built on solving a problem, and that's what you're doing. So that's so amazing. I love it. What are the best-selling items right now? Are masks your best-selling item right now?
Masks are definitely one of the hottest items that I have. I'm having a hard time keeping them even in stock, because you can't go anywhere without them now. They're like the new pocketbook of 2020. Everyone's got to have a new one, and it's not like you could even have one. You need several of them. So that's been really popular. And my other really popular item has been personalized handwriting items. So they're items that are either written from a child, a card, or a signature on them, and I am transferring them onto keepsakes. So the hottest item right now are nursery signs. Everyone is basically having a baby, so they're great for your virtual baby showers. Hands down, you'll win the best gift. I've had clients, they've either lost their parents, and luckily they've had cards that they've held on to that have an I love you or, an I miss you on them, and I'll add them to canvas and make them